Alright, so in this video, I want to talk about branded versus EMD versus PMD domains. So I'll give you a quick example of what each of these means so you actually know what I'm talking about here. So a branded domain is something like Moz or Majestic. These are like Moz.com, Majestic.com. And these are domains that are just 100% a brand name. There's no sort of keyword association in there whatsoever. There's no real relevance. Like LionZeal is another example. LionZeal is just purely a brand name. It doesn't say anything about SEO whatsoever. It's just a real brand name. Now, an EMD, on the other hand, stands for Exact Match Domain, and an example would be onlineguitarlessons.com. If you're trying to write for online guitar lessons and you had the domain onlineguitarlessons.com, then that's an exact match domain, meaning the domain is an exact match to the keyword that you're attempting to rank for. And these are extremely powerful today, still, if used right. It's just there's a little bit of risk there with over-optimizing. Now, a lot of people over-optimize them, but these still work very, very well today, just as well as they ever did. It's just that there's the inherent risk there of over-optimizing your content and your anchor text with the backlinks. And the other type of domain is a partial match domain, a PMD. And there's two different examples of this. So the first example is, it's the same as the EMD, so onlineguitarlessons.com, but instead we're adding a HQ to the end. So onlineguitarlessons.com was taken, so we register onlineguitarlessonshq.com or onlineguitarlessonsanything.com. As an example, that's a partial match domain, meaning we have the full keyword in there, but we add something extra to differentiate it. It's not the full exact match. It's all in there, but it's something extra, which is we call a partial match domain. Another thing you can refer to as a partial match domain is guitarlessonshq.com. So we're not hitting online guitar lessons, but we're hitting part of it, which we call a partial match domain also. So it's kind of a confusing term because it kind of refers to both. This works also, but again, you need to be a little bit safe with the anchor text and with the on-site optimization. And the final part is branded PMDs. So branded partial match domains mean it has a brand name in there, but it also has a relevancy to the keyword which you're trying to focus on. So you're trying to rank for a keyword relevant to SEO, and your brand name is Moz. Then you could call your site SEO Moz, which is the former name of Moz actually. They're originally SEO Moz because Moz.com is a pretty difficult domain to acquire, I imagine. So that's just one example where you have the keyword in there, or part of it, but also you have in the name of your brand name, so SEO Moz or Moz SEO or whatever it is you want to call your company. That's just one example of a big brand that had that type of domain. So my advice, guys, is that if you're a beginner, stick to branded domains. That means have a domain like Moz, LionZeal, or whatever. Don't obviously copy them, they're already taken, but have a brand name that you use for your sites, simply because the risk of over-optimization is extremely high with EMDs and PMDs if you don't know what you're doing. If the density on the pages is too high and the anchor text is over-optimized too much, you will get penalized if you do it wrong, or you just won't rank in the first place to ever get penalized. So ultimately, don't use EMDs or PMDs if you're just starting out. Initially, build your first few sites as brand names, and then once you've got the hang of it, and then you can switch to EMDs and PMDs later. And generally speaking, my advice for EMDs and PMDs is under-optimize it initially. So follow the density rules that I advise in the on-page section. That's going to be good, but obviously you need to make sure that your name is it's going to increase the density on the page. So make sure you're checking the full density of the page, including the name of the site and everything like that, because that's all going to boost up the optimization, the density of the main keyword. And in terms of under-optimizing it, with the anchor text, don't start off straight away with the anchor text being very highly optimized. Start it a bit softer, and then slowly build in the optimized anchor text later. So if you do it at the beginning, you're going to be massively over-optimized at the beginning, whereas you under-optimize it initially, then slowly optimize it as you get further into the link building campaign. It's a much more safer option than just going all in straight away, because you've already got an optimized domain, so you don't really want to risk that over-optimization straight away. But aside from that, guys, it doesn't matter. I'm personally a huge fan of EMDs and PMDs now, and most sites I build will be an EMD or a PMD or a branded PMD. I don't tend to do that many domains that are purely branded. They work perfectly well. It's just EMDs and PMDs, they have that little advantage. They definitely have an advantage, and as long as you know how to deal with the risk of over-optimization, as long as you know how to deal with that and you know how not to over-optimize it, there's still that inherent bonus there from using that type of domain, and we're not really building up huge brand sites, so it doesn't really matter that it doesn't have like that trust of having like a real brand name. So that doesn't really matter to us because we're just building up like affiliate sites. Obviously our client sites are branded sometimes, and that's totally fine, we know how to deal with that. But ultimately I prefer, if I'm going to build up affiliate sites, to stick with EMD or PMD. But if you're just starting out, make sure you just stick with branded domains. It's much easier to test with and learn from, and then you can switch over to EMDs and PMDs as you get more experience, as you learn more about this. Alright, hope this video helped, and I'll see you in the next one.